is going on, my YouTube friends, my Patreon friends, my SB19 friends, man? How we living? The last one was fun, man. A lot of y'all showed up, and I had a lot of fun with it, man. These guys can like really sing, and it was fun watching them on the Wish bus, because I know like not everyone can go on the Wish bus. It's like one of those like if you're a performer, you can show up type things. You know what I mean? And a lot of y'all recommended that I watch one with some movement to it. So I was gonna do another Wish bus, but I kind of figured we started there. I want to check something out. We can go back to the Wish bus. I'll do it all. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not in a big rush. It's not like I have a timeline on things. You know what I mean? So I thought I would jump around a little bit. So a bunch of y'all recommended Bazinga. So I found one. ASAP Natin 2. I probably pronounced that wrong. Anyway, it's live. It looks like it's a big stage. Hopefully there's a few things I can talk about and bring kind of a new flavor to some of these reactions. I got a background in live production. I was an audio technician for a long time and a stage manager, so I like to try to project myself into these. But let's pull this up, my friends, and let's see what we got going on. Let's watch this. Is that a couple voices? I didn't quite catch it. I'm just trying to balance my volume here. Let's hear that again. Let's hear that again. One. Turn the heat and I'll burn ya. Come on. Gasoline fire. Okay, great scheme. Cool, man. Very cool. So, okay. I'm trying to catch what everyone's got. So there's one wireless microphone handheld and everyone else has got headsets. Headsets are cool. They've come a long way since I've been in the industry, quote unquote. When we had them, man, it was like last resort. And we had some pretty fancy ones. They just like, they were delicate. They sounded like you could hear more breath than vocal, and they were thin sounding. And it's incredible how far they've come. And I've seen videos like Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, like a lot of these superstars singing with them. And they probably had a lot better stuff than we had. But it's just like, it's always my knee-jerk reaction to say like, the headset mic sounds great, doesn't it? I like that, man. I like that. Anytime it's comparable with a microphone with like a bigger diaphragm on it, like a handheld like this, it impresses me. And I just want to take a second to say that. Everyone looks great, man. They all look like they're in shape. They all look like they're like locked in. Probably, I'm assuming, very, very rehearsed. The vocals sound great. I'll talk about the group vocals and how hard it is to make those sound good kind of at the end. But so far, man, you got me. This stuff at the bottom is distracting. I'm trying to watch the performance.
Who's the boss now? I just turned the world upside down and y'all can't quit thinking cause you wonder how I did it.
Oh, two handhelds.
Don't you see? This is my legacy. Now how you gonna get to me when I get the almighty with me? The bippity boppity every day.
Cool, man. Okay, I want to catch it again because I was distracted by there being two handhelds after I thought I saw that.
Y'all can't quit thinking cause you wonder how I did it. Down to kick it round town. Don't you see? This is my legacy. Now how you gonna get to me when I get the almighty with me? The bippity boppity every day.
Okay, great verse. It was like rap influence. We'll call it like a rap section. A few things that I always look for is like the enunciation. How does the cadence land? How is he playing with the consonants and stuff to make it have like a rhythmic pattern? And I thought it was all great. I wish I knew where my microphone that looks like that is. It was either a Sennheiser with a silver cap, or it might have been like a wireless Beta 87, something hot and crispy. But you could see he had his hand choked right up on the microphone, and you see it in lots of rappers where they'll grab like the actual capsule and then now you're limiting how much of the sound wave can actually get into the capsule of the microphone, right? So his mic technique was actually really clever. He had it basically cupped up or choked up as far on the microphone as he kind of could before it starts interacting with it, and then you still get that like close mic look, and it still like looks cool or whatever the kind of the vibe is that he's going for. But the microphone can respond better. You can hear the voice, you can hear the performance better, right? It's like having blinders on versus not. It's just you get everything. You can see everything now, right? And I like that. It's like a sign of professionalism and again rehearsal, right?
I think the load gets heavy. Throw it away. The world has sometimes barely their way to break the curse and stop this. Home is on in my breakable. Be wild, repeat, cast out, walk. Bazinga, hey, you're just fooling now. Yeah, I'm falling, God. Yeah, you two turn up the heat and I burn out till I die. Be proud of what I move. They stagger.
Great kid.
I'm killing your bus to get the hell out.
And you know, like not any of that choreo is interrupting their singing. Like it doesn't sound like they're jerking and moving, you know. And there's a couple spots where it's clever. Like I don't know what the phrase was or the word was, but they kind of had this like wah. It's kind of like almost like mnemonic device, kind of like a vocal effect thing, and they kind of snapped into place. And that you might be able to like influence it with that, but all the rest of it doesn't compete, doesn't interact with the stamina or the mechanisms they need for their voices, right? Like it's. I think that stuff's unreal, man. I think it's unreal. It's like a whole nother sport.
Look at you, look at you. Oh yeah, look at you, pick a bow, bow. I'ma beat you every nigga that the learn kung fu. 1, 2, 1.
I'm gonna I'll beat you, and I never did learn kung fu. Come on, man. See that mic placement?
Oh yeah, look at you, pick a bow. I'ma beat you every nigga that the learn kung fu. 1, 2, 1. You're lucky cause they ever did have to say that shit. None of mom just a psycho. I'ma keep it low. Cause you know that I ain't doing nigga even double out. Let me get the truth, you got a few more words to say the verbal energy. Still I'm what to say.
Defibrillator to your ear till I won't have to say clear. Wow, man. And I was lost in the cadence. I thought just like the rhythmic pattern of that sounded fantastic, man. But he's taking shots too. Come on.
Let me get the truth, you got a few more words to say the verbal energy. Still I'm what to say.
Yeah. Great like bridge section or breakdown section, whatever, and then like doing the single vocal that sounds like a whole bunch of voices in unison, and then building into the chord. I thought was really clever. If they did the harmonies for the whole 8 sections or I think it was 8 bars, then it would just like you'd get used to it too quick. So doing 4 and 4 just with the unison or the single voice, and then 4 with the harmony, I think it's really clever. It's clever songwriting, right? It keeps you engaged. Feels like you're continually building to something, right? And I like that. Great breakdown section. Ah, man. Locked in.
Look at you, look at you. Look at you, look at you. Look at you, look at you. Look at you, look at you.
K.O. SB19 win.
I just about made that same noise at the end. Ah! Fantastic performance, my friends. Fantastic performance. The choreo was dope. I like when it's like extreme. It's very quick. I like that stuff. Like, you know, the slow moving, the smooth stuff is where I fell in love with choreo, but I like the extremes, like the outlier levels of it, right? The performance itself, obviously top tier. Like I already talked about building sections and having the different voices. What I did want to touch on was I'd love to see if there was like a behind the scenes and how they treat vocals or do any of the production stuff. Because for me, it sounded like when each singer was singing, it sounded like there was multiple voices happening. Not like delays, but it sounded like there was 3, 4, 5 of them each time when there was only like one. And so my immediate way of like accomplishing that would be you have like a nice clean vocal, and you're gonna route a bit of that into a reverb. So you do get a reverb, right? You're gonna route a second bit of that into a delay. And now you have a little bit of a delay, and they're probably really tastefully ducked down. But then that delay, once it like, so you have the initial source, and then you have what's called a feedback. So that's the second one, right? So you say hey, hey, hey. That'd be 2 feedbacks, right? So the feedback now loops again into the reverb. So when it's really tight, you have this kind of matched ambient room that's really small and really tight. And it almost feels like it's just like a bunch of people singing, because it's almost like we're singing along and we don't all have a click track on it. It's just parts of seconds out of sync with this, but it's all the same voice, right? But that kind of gives you this big kind of chanty, big full room, almost like bar room, everyone's singing along kind of vibe, right? And then I think and there's a million different ways to do that. That's how I used to do it. I think that almost lends to when all the voices come in, it doesn't feel like there's this big dramatic change from one voice to all the voices, right? So from a production standpoint, I think that's really clever. And I think it kind of adds to what they get to do, because when you have a section, say, with just one singer singing, and then you bring in a bunch of voices to do like a group vocal or a harmony, it's not like this big change. It's not this big sonic difference, right? And I like that. And I think that also proves how on the ball you have to be. Because if I sing flat, it's sure going to sound flat when it's like all multiplied or duplicated or doubled up or whatever the situation is, right? Or if you and I are singing at the same time, the same note, and I'm a little bit flat, oh, that's going to stand out. They like wobble against each other. Great performance, my friends. I appreciate y'all directing me towards this. Here's my question, and if you could provide links, that'd be great. If there's a band one, if there's a live with a band, I would love to see it. I would love to see it, man. I would jump on that one a little early even, just for y'all. Just for y'all, my friends. See you on that one.
This video is brought to you by DIY OJ Custom Jerseys and Hoodies. You can check them out in the link in my description box. They make custom, printed on demand, the way that you want it, the size that you want, the colors that you want, the number you want. You can get the BEL team, you can get whatever team you want. Check them out. They got hoodies, they got all kinds of colors. That's what I was most excited about. For those of y'all that have been following my story for a long time, I have played all kinds of sports growing up, and I've worn so many jerseys, I don't even know where to begin with them. And there's a couple things that I look for that I was really excited about. One of them is how the actual jersey fits and how it actually is shaped. I like how this one sits. It's comfy. I can wear a shirt underneath it. I don't have to wear a shirt underneath it. It's not itchy. It doesn't scratch. It doesn't bother me or anything. Another one is the actual labeling has stitching on it as well. So I used to have issues where any of the print on or any of the tag on stuff, my name, my numbers would peel after getting washed so many times, and I don't think that's gonna happen in this one. I love the colors, the rich, vibrant colors. It's been fantastic. My friends, check them out at DIYOJ.com, and you can get a 10% discount by using the discount code in the description box. My friends, let's get back to the video.